Hi, in this video I'll show you how to spice up your slideshows using animations in Canva. Let's get started. The first thing you want to do, right, is to upload your images into Canva. Mine are already uploaded. I'm going to use the images of the animals that are there on your screen. So I'll start with the elephant, right, and then I'll Control and Alt on my keyboard, and then I want to expand the picture so that it fills the whole page. That looks fine, and then I want to add a border or a frame to this, so I'll go to the borders, stroke style there, and then click on this and then increase the stroke weight. I'll give it a value of 20. That looks fine. Then I want to change the color into white. Okay, that looks good. So I'll do this for the other images as well. You'll notice that I'm now using a different project, right? That's because the shapes of my other 4 images are rectangles and not squares. Okay, so I'll add my next image, then press Ctrl plus Alt on the keyboard and then expand this image to fill the whole page. Okay, that looks fine. That looks fine. So we want to add a border, so we go to the stroke style menu, right, and then we can give it a value of 20. That works fine. And then we want to change the color, strokes color, and then we want to choose white. All right, add the page, right, and then we add the next image and we do the same process again. So we repeat this process, right, until all our images have frames added to them. Alright, so now all my images are done, these 4 and the initial elephant one from the other design. So I just want to download this, so you click on share, right, and then download, and then you want to download them as PNG, so that looks fine, so you can click on download. For the actual slideshow, we want to use a new project, so we go back to the Canva homepage and then we click on more. Right, let's give it a minute to load. Right, and then we want to go to videos. Right, click on videos and then we select landscape. Alright, so now I'm inside my new project and I want to upload my images. Alright, so I'll go look for them. I can find them here. Control 8 to select everything and then click on open. Right, let's give Canva a minute to upload. Alright, so the upload is complete, but the first thing I want to do, right, is to set the background for my page. So I'll navigate to elements, right, and then I want to use this this element. It's just a wooden table or a wooden surface, right? So I'll add that onto my page and then I'll right click on the element and then select set as image background. Right, that's fine. So now I'll come to my images and start adding them onto my page. So we start with the elephant one. Right, once it's in there, right, what we want to do is to click on edit. Right, click on edit, and then we want to navigate to effects, and under effects we want to select shadows. Right, and once the menu pops up, we want to go with glow. That's the option we're going to use for our project. And then we want to play around with the size, the play amount, and the intensity. So basically these parameters will set the sharpness and the intensity of our shadow. So I'll increase that to 30 or 30. Right, and then the play amount I'll go with 40. Right, and then the intensity I'll increase it all the way up to 70 or 70. Right, that looks fine. So now as you can see, right, an image is cast by the picture on that surface, so that looks fine. So again, make sure your image is selected. We can close this menu. Make sure your image is selected. Now we want to animate this image, right? So we're going to select the image or the element and then click on the animate menu. And then what we want to do is to scroll down to the option, right, called tumble. Right, this one, right, that's the one that we want to select. So we select that, right, and then ensure on enter is selected, and then you can increase the intensity a bit. Right, so that looks fine. We can close that. Right, and then maybe we can reduce the the timing of our video so that it's not too long of our slide. So we'll select that, right, and reduce this to 2.5 seconds. This should be fine, right? And what we want to do now is to duplicate our page. So just create a new copy of the same page. So we click on those three dots, and then this menu comes up, and then you select duplicate page. Right, so now our second page is up. We select our element and we want to remove the animation from this image, right? So you'll see why in a moment. So we can then select that and click on remove animation. So that animation is gone, and then we can close that menu, and then we navigate back to uploads, right? So we want to add our second image or animal. So it will be this one, the lion. So let's adjust the size, right? We want to adjust the size so that it's a bit smaller. So we'll hold, right, and decrease it like that, and then we can rotate it a bit, right, and then drag it a bit over here so that it looks like that. All right, so that's fine. So what we want to do now, right, we want to add a shadow and an animation to this particular image, right? So we go again, click on edit, right, and then to effects, right, and then glow. All right, and just like before, we'll set our parameters 30 for this one, right, 40 for the play amount, and then 70 for the intensity. So the intensity will be 70. Right, that's fine. Now as you can see, again a shadow is being cast by the picture there. So we want to now add an animation. So we want to animate just this top picture and not the bottom one. So that's the reason why we're to remove the animation from the first picture. So we go to the animate menu, right, click on animate. Again, we want to go all the way down to our animation, which is what? Which is tumble, right, and then ensure on enter is selected, and then you can increase the intensity a bit. Right, so now this is fine. So we're going to repeat this process again for the rest of the pictures, and then we'll come up with our slide. After everything is done, then the slide will complete. Alright, after we're done adding shadows and animation to our individual images, now we want to add transitions between the slides or the pages, right? So we go in between the pages in there, right, and click on add transition, right, and then the one that we want to work with is called match and move, right? So we're gonna add that one and then increase the duration a bit, right? That should be fine. And the final result is what you see on the screen. I trust this was useful. Comment down below, let me know what you think. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Cheers, and catch you on the next one.